What's going on, people? Welcome back to the player ratings. Aston Villa 1, Palace 0. We'll be discussing the individual performances from the game and more. As always, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also send in your player ratings in the comment section down below. Joined by Patrick, as always. Patrick, frustrating game. Let's get into it, talking about some of these players that led to that 1-0 defeat. And let's start off with the goalkeeper, Guaita. 4.5 from you, 6 from me. I'm surprised you gave him that low. He saved us in the second half when McGinn had that shot. I don't think he had much to do. I thought he had a pretty solid game.
Yeah, you know what? I was very bitter after the game. He had one save all game. I mean, he had nothing to do. So, I mean, the goal wasn't his fault, but he had nothing to do. So, I don't know how I can give him any more than, he didn't have nothing to do. So, I mean, sorry, Voy Vicente, I apologize, but bro, we lost. So, I'm mad.
I know. Frustration to get to you, man. Frustration to get to you. Trust me, man. Exactly. It got to me in the live match reaction. If you haven't already done so, make sure to go check it out. Nathaniel Klein at right back, 4 from both of us. I have to say, look, I say this for the last year or two now. Just because a right back has a good game, it doesn't mean we're good in that position. I'm going to say it until we sort it out. We need a new right back. It's as simple as that. In the first half, Aston Villa literally targeted him, and it wasn't something great that they done. It was just a simple fact of using their pace against Nathaniel Klein's pace and going past him. It was that simple. So until we get a new right back, he's going to become a target. I'm not saying he had an absolutely dreadful game, but it was below average. Not good enough.
Yeah, I agree. They picked on him. They picked on our other fullback also, but neither one of them were good. So, I mean, next. Next.
Mark Gahey, 7 from both of us. I thought he was the 1 or 2 positives out of this game in terms of performances. He didn't have much to do. As you mentioned about Vicente Guaita's save as well. Only 1 save, apart from the own goal, which we'll talk about. And I thought he was actually pretty solid in defense. And he kept one of the most... I wouldn't say one of the most informed strikers, but an informed striker in Ollie Watkins, who's been scoring goals, he kept them pretty quiet. Before he had a pretty solid game. And you gave him a 7 as well, so we both agree there. Joachim Andersen, 4 from you, 3 from me. That own goal, what is he doing? What is he trying to do? Is he trying to clear it out? Is he trying to pass it back? It didn't make any sense to me. And not only that own goal, I wasn't as confident in his performance. It's the fact that he had the moment, I think, in the first half as well. Ollie Watkins, he should have scored. He lost Ollie Watkins. He was right next to him. People will forget about that, and the stats won't pick that up. And look, he's been fantastic for us since he's come back from the injury. But in this game, he wasn't confident at all. And we could have conceded more goals. And if he was to concede more goals, I think it would be down to him as well. Not a good game.
And also, his passing was off. Real quick, he had a 79% passing accuracy, which to him is really bad compared to Gahey. Gahey had a 96% passing accuracy, and his long ball, which is very good at. Normally we needed those because we're trying to get the balls into those spaces between the center half and the fullbacks. He was 7 for 19, so even his long pass was off today. So he had a poor game. The own goal just made it that much worse.
Yeah. Let's talk about Mitchell at left back. 4 from you, 6.5 from me. I don't think he had a bad game. To be fair, there was that moment in the first half where we could talk about a goal. Well, it came from his side, didn't it? The ball.
It's on him and Eze side, exactly.
I could have actually gave him a 7, but that's the reason why I gave him a 6.5 because it came from his side. But I don't think it was bad, his performance. How come you gave him such a low rating?
3 reasons. 3 reasons. One was, again, the goal came down his side because Matty Cash saw an opportunity to exploit that space, got around him. At half, I wrote down the following. Stupid on goal by Anderson. Eze invisible. Our left side and right side both being exploited. And I thought that when he got forward, which he tried, he put in 0 out of 4 accurate crosses. He couldn't cross the ball today. And he was a good outlet because I like the fact he was getting down the left-hand side trying to link up with Eze and Wilf, but his crossing was terrible today. So you talked about Klein being poor. I just thought both sides were poor. You're right. They definitely did target Moreno on Klein's side, but I just thought Mitchell had a poor game today. Again, I'm just really upset at the loss. So you know what? If you get a good rating today, you have to do something real. And for me, only 2 guys had a good game today. One of them was Gahey. But to me, Mitchell was very average, below average today.
And one of them wasn't Decore. Let's just say that. 3 from you, 2 from me. His worst performance I've had since he's joined the club.
Yeah,
that's
it's not close.
How I can say it. Apart from the red card. The red card was very silly because 2 decisions like that. Why would he go in for the time?
Within 5 minutes.
Reckless. Yeah. Within 5 minutes. You should he should be doing better than that, and he has done better than that. But apart from that, he wasn't good in midfield. His overall play wasn't good as well. That's why.
You know what's weird? And I gave him a 3 also. He won 0 ground duels. He won 0 aerial duels. His passing was 78%. I know I've talked about him and Lokonga playing well than they have, but his passing accuracy's gone down. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. He's played okay besides today, but his passing hasn't been as good. Have you noticed that too? Because normally he's about 90%, 88%. His passing been like 70%. I don't know what's going on with him, but the red card was made just. I was furious. It was. You can't do that. You can't do that. So.
Exactly. It didn't help us as well.
No,
not at all.
not
Especially when we're struggling like that. But let's talk about positive. Another positive from today. Very hard to find these, but Sambi Lokonga, exactly. Sambi, 7 from you, 7 from me. I thought he had another solid game. I thought Sambi had another solid game in midfield. Out of all the dreadful performances that we talked about in this rating, he looked solid in midfield. He didn't help that Decore wasn't having a good game, but still he held it down. He tried to get on the ball, tried to make forward passes. At times he was sensible, passing it back. And he tried to get involved overall in midfield, and it's been a massive positive since he's joined the club. So I was very happy with Sambi's performance today. Out of all the performances, he's one of the better performances.
I for some reason I'm getting used to writing down his halftime passing stats. At halftime, 100%, didn't miss a single pass. End of the match, 95%. Yeah. I mean, he's passing very good. But what I like about it, they're not backward sideways passes. Some guys can be 100% and just pass it backward. He always looks to me, and it's really strange because I don't want to get on Schlupp, but I'm just as a comparison. When Schlupp gets the ball, Schlupp will always look for me side to side or backwards. Lokonga always looks forward. He looks for that either pass between the lines. He made a couple of passes between the lines to try and get Eze in, to try and get Wilf in. Or he's looking for someone wide, either that's Mitchell overlapping or climbing the other side. He looks forward. That's a big difference because that's called progressive passing. He does it all the time. It's a big difference, man. He was solid today. It's a real shame he lost the game, but today Lokonga, once again, solid performance, man. Very solid.
Exactly. Jordan, you started in midfield. We're in front of them two anyways. 4 from you, 4 from me. His decision making is dreadful. It's just not good enough. I just don't understand it. There was moments, I think it was in the first half, where Wilf is running, he's got the ball, and he just doesn't make the pass. Like, just make the pass. He's right next to you. He's calling for it. He's screaming for it. You can hear him. You can see him. But your legs ain't functioning. Your legs and mine ain't connecting at the same pace. Like, it's very confusing. Like, just make the pass. He just ran in and lost the ball. And not only that, I think there was moments in the second half as well. His decision making ain't good enough. He puts in a shift. I 100% understand that. And I haven't gotten to Vieira for starting him before. But when you have your best players available, you have to make sacrifices. He puts in a shift, maybe not against Man City, but slowly we have to take him out of the starting 11 because his production levels for an attacking player simply ain't good enough, hasn't been good enough, apart from the season where he helped us massively to keep us up. And that's where I stand with Jordan Ayew. Thank you for everything that you do, but you're more suited to coming off the bench, and that's due to how he thinks going forward.
I agree with that. Let's move on. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Moving on to now the wide players. Elise, 4 from you, 4 from me. Once again, not a great performance, but then again, he's been our player of the month for the last 3 out of the 4 months, which pretty much sums up where we've been, and he's had some positive performances.
No, he's been very good. I mean, I've talked before about I want more out of him, and he started to do that. We played a month, but this is the thing, Dee. It's like things that I think he should be able to do easily. He wasn't doing today, which is delivering the ball. He was so good. The ball to Eze was so good. It was so good for the goal a few matches back. Today wasn't even just crossing the ball, but set pieces. They were awful. And as a team, we have to be better at set pieces. We're going to create chances. We have Grehi, Anderson, up for set pieces. We cannot throw away. He was so bad today. That's what frustrated me. It wasn't even his overall play. It was a little invisible, whatever. But he's got to be better at set pieces, man. Delivery. It's bread and butter for that kid. I know he could do it. He's done it before. But today was just so poor, man. He's got to be better.
Yeah. And it didn't make any sense. I wonder if it was from the coaches to play it short at times.
To put it in some place. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
I don't understand it. I mean,
I don't
Aston Villa, one of the poorest teams, and one of the teams.
They kept saying that stat today. One of the worst teams on set pieces. Yeah,
exactly. and what we're doing, we're not trying to cross the ball in. Bro, make it make sense, man. Honestly,
make it make sense.
This club, we're special. We're genuinely special. The way we do some of the stuff. Moving on to Ebbs next. He started whilst being good on form, coming off the bench. 4 from Patrick and 4 from me as well. We're agreeing on a lot of ratings today. Look, he's not a wide player. Should I just leave it as that? He's not a wide player.
You can, and we can. We've had that discussion during the post-match show. Check it out because Dee's very adamant about putting players in the right position. I'm not disagreeing, but for me, the issue with Ebbs today was one, he pulled out. He started to press Matty Cash at one point for the goal. Then he backed off. Cash went right by him, crossed the ball for the own goal. Secondly, he had 10 out of 14 passing, 71%, not good enough. And thirdly, 23 touches. Who had less touches? Wilf Zaha had 21. Now, he didn't play the whole match, but that's not enough for him. He can play out right, out left, but he wasn't involved today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened today. The game plan didn't work. The players we need to play today, Eze did not show up. A 4 was the best I could do for him. I just don't remember him playing today. It was not good today. Not good.
Yeah, not good enough. I'm moving on to the last player, the greatest Palace player of all time, Wilfried Zaha. 5 from you, 4 from me. For the love of God. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. I just need to take a deep breath when I say this. Stop starting him up front. He's not a bad striker. That is not the point that I'm making. The problem is when he starts up front, he doesn't get the service that we need. He's our best player. But starting him up front, we've done it a few times now. It just doesn't work. When he gets the chances, he will finish it away, just like he did with the VAR decision when he went offside. But more often than not, he's not put into right positions. It's so easy to defend him when he's up there. He doesn't get on the ball as much. And that's why I feel like he had a not great comeback. And it's because he's playing out of position. Just stop playing him up front. That is as simple as that. I don't know what else to add.
You said enough. I'm not going to say anything about Wolf today. Let's move on. I'm lost for words. Because we lost.
Let's move on to the bench. This is funny because I don't know if we confuse the ratings, if we swap for a second. But you gave JP a 2, I gave JP a 5. I don't think he was that bad coming off the bench, to be fair. But when I say he's not that bad, it's because I probably didn't focus on him. And that's why he was pretty much invisible on my radar. But yeah, I don't remember doing anything bad. We were 10 man down anyway, so yeah, average coming off the bench. Will Hughes, 3 from you, 5 from me. Don't remember what he done really.
All I remember for the 3 is he made one pass, switched the ball when we're down, and he kicked the right out of play. So that's what I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
I remember
that.
Now.
So that's why he got the 3. He probably wasn't bad as a 3, but that's all I remember him all day today was that. So
yeah. Hamada came off the bench, 3 from you, 5 from me.
Got a yellow card, didn't do much. Exactly. Move on.
Yeah. Another positive, to be fair, today is Maka. Maka came on.
Yes.
5 from you, 5 from me. It was good to see him come on, even
Glad
though
he's back.
even though
he got beat by Callum Chambers, we understand. Got outrun by him, but
he's back. I don't know how much of a role he can play, but it's an option coming off the bench, and I'll take that. Hopefully, he builds up a bit more fitness, and we see more out of him. Because before the injury, he was a great player, but I know he's going to be demanding now at that age. And then finally, let's move on to the manager, Patrick Vieira. Player rating 3 from you, 2 from me. We spoke about him in the live match reaction. The reason why I gave him a 2, I didn't have anything wrong with the lineup, personally. Well, I did have something wrong, but I was very pleased with the lineup because I thought it was our strongest 11, apart from potentially not starting a strike up front. My problem was, where do I start? I mean, tactically, I don't know pretty much what we were doing. I know we spoke about after the game, but watching it, we were lost out there. There was no real cohesion going forward with one of our better players out there. And there's no excuse now because some of these players have been under him for a long time. Today was the first time I had to question him and think about, is this good enough from the manager? I mean, the subs, the fact they brought on JP once again, I didn't understand it. JP hasn't warranted a start. He dropped him. I understand that, but he's got obsession with Edouard. He doesn't rate Edouard for one bit or another. But why keep him on the bench? Today I thought he was just bad. It was just bad from manager. Even his post-match comments saying we're close to Villa, absolutely pathetic. We weren't close to Villa. Villa deserved the win and could have probably scored more goals. I wasn't happy.
Lineup wise, like you, didn't necessarily bother me. Who played, where they played. Somewhat again, I'm gonna die on this. I'm gonna die on this hill about Will playing strike. I don't have a bigger problem with that. I have a problem with other players when they played a certain position not performing. Having said that, I gave him a 3. The subs, yes, I wanted Edouard to come on. That is clearly a big issue that any of us know about. That's why he didn't come on. All the subs were made at 1-0. I mean, sorry, after the red card because Decore, we had to make the thing. Bringing on Hughes and Maka was interesting because you took out wide attacking players in only St. As and you brought on guys who obviously can't get wide. I get it actually makes sense because you're not going to use the width then. At that point, the width has to come from the fullbacks. But just today, you know, I'm going to give credit to Stan from the show earlier. He's become very stubborn, and I'm way worried about that stubbornness that Vieira is showing. You can be stubborn in life in a lot of things. I'm not sure being a manager of the Premier League side, it works because if you are, people call you out, people will see what you're doing. It's not good. I'm not Vieira out, not even close. I'm willing to give him the entire season, go for even if we get relegated. But something has to change about how he does things because I put a lot on the players, but on him, something has to change. Whether it's figuring out the Edward issue, playing players what they want, and leaving them there for 5-6 matches. That's why today, D, going back real quickly, I've been happier to see last week's lineup today. I really would have been just to get some continuity going. I said that during the thing, but again, Schlupp was out, was sick, was benched, whatever it is. And Wilf was available. But listen, man, he's got to do a better job because today, honestly, Villa's not that good, and they weren't even troubled besides Wilf's offside goal. Not good enough.
100%. But let us know what you guys think about our player ratings. Do you agree, disagree? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what team you support, we're going to be talking about Palace throughout the week. So there's going to be more content coming up. We've got Man City build up and Palace news as well, and a bunch of other content. So yeah, make sure to keep checked into Back of the Nest. And until next time, up the Palace.